Tifu looking through the wife's iPad. So, a bit of background. We've been married for nearly 4 years. She, a trans-Filipino woman, and I'm a white dude. We had a rough first year, but in my opinion, our relationship got better and better every year. Last year was our best year yet, and this year looked to be even better. Once a few years ago, she had Snapchat. I tried to look, but she deleted it, had a huge fight, and we eventually moved past it. I still always had suspicions, but I tried my best over the years to trust her. I still checked her phone and iPad from time to time and never saw anything out of the place, but so many apps have ways to auto-delete stuff these days, so I was never sure. Fast forward to 30 minutes ago. I was checking her messenger feeling like an a-hole for still having doubts. I decided I might as well check her pics she had saved on her iPad. That's when a pic of a dude followed by DP saying, "And I'll have you finishing all over my friend." She replied, drooling emoji. He said, "Think it will fit?" Her, him. "When do you want to bounce on it?" I looked him up on her messenger as what I saw was a screenshot she took. Obviously the messages were deleted. I also looked at a photo of her breast and ass. They were taken after she saved the pictures of him and before she took the screenshot of their messaging. Due to the timing, it's obvious she sent him nudes despite me not seeing them actually sent to him. I confronted her and she said she was teasing him. I think this is it. I may be an untrusting a-hole husband, but I think this proves I was actually right. My first, and possibly last, marriage is probably over now. I found this out after she left home for work. I called her before she went inside and she's on her way home now. Story 2. Looking for advice on how to deal with it. Long story short, she cheated multiple times. I've cut all communication, but deep down, I know she and the app don't care. They are probably just hooking up right now. It eats into me a little by little, and I find it very unfair over how she is just getting away with it after showing me a future together. Need advice on how to deal with my mental state of mind and thoughts. Redditor's reactions. Update after. Redditor 1. You're right, they probably don't care, but the thing is now they have each other. He has a girl that he knows for a fact has and will cheat again. And she has a guy that more than likely treats her like what she is, a cheap piece of ass. Here is the thing, you won in this scenario. You don't have to deal with either of them. You do what you want to do. Just because the future you thought you had ahead of you changed doesn't mean it's worse. Redditor 2. Just go and grother. Grey Rock on 180 on her and cleanse her from both your mind and your life. If she's an ex-GF. Get rid of everything that reminds you of her and chuck it into the trash. It's fitting for her position anyway. If she's a you, get the best sell money can buy and divorce her out of your life indefinitely. The way I see it, the idiotic app just settled for sloppy seconds. Karma will come for both of them. They'll be cheating on each other in no time. Best approaches would be to take some drives out to clear your mind. A night drive can really free the mind. And meditation helps too. Make sure you have a strong success of support from friends and family. Occupy your time with getting to know yourself again. Pick up some hobbies, both new ones to discover and old ones that she probably didn't like. It gives you back control. I know you're in a world of hurt right now, but you got this, bud. This is where you are reborn. Good vibes to you, my dude. Redditor 3. At first, when I felt like he's probably still talking to the app, living it up and feeling no remorse for what they did, yeah, it ate at me. But then I got mad. How dare they think this will defeat me? How dare he think this was okay? How dare she think she can talk crap about me without knowing nothing about me? F that. When I confronted him, he had the gall to call the app to back him up and she said one insult and I let it all out. Berated the poop out of her, told her everything he did to me, and asked if she knew anything about it. Not one word. She couldn't say a damn thing to me. After that, I thanked her for showing me exactly what he is and she can have this sack of garbage. Was it mature? No. Did it feel great? Absolutely. Ever since then, I just remember that moment and let it fuel me to be the person I want to be from now on. Point being is they want you to feel defeated and sad forever. Trust me, once the anger kicks in, which it will because this is a grieving process, let it fuel you to be someone who is absolutely irresistible and an amazing, wonderful person. It will take time, but you will be better and they will probably stay the same. The update. Should I reach back? It's been 2 weeks since she's confessed she was cheating. We had an argument and went no contact. Now, I don't know since when she was doing so. I don't know which part of the relationship was real and which wasn't. There's this big part of me that wants her back. It hurts so much knowing now she's someone else's girl. We were talking about having a family together. I feel like I should reach out to her, or at least try to, and get back to talking. I feel empty without her even after knowing what happened. I don't know what to do. Edit. Thanks for all the advice. Won't be reaching out. Update. I feel so defeated after everything. Long-distance relationship ended 18 days ago. Turned out she was double dating another dude in her hometown. I feel so defeated because we'd spend the literal day together, get on call as soon as we woke up, call in the afternoon, and then the night. Out of nowhere she tells me she cheated, and it turns out it was going on for a long time. I was there when she was facing hardships. I was there when she needed career advice. I was there supporting her through all her problems. I'd wake up early in the morning to ensure she woke up as well for her exams. I was there to listen to her past traumas. All of that for nothing. Now she's another guy's girl. I feel like an emotional rag that I was used so much. To top it all, she's telling her family and friends and the new guy that I was mentally harassing her and being possessive. She's happy with him and not even bothered to reach out to me. I wanted answers from when it started. Why did it happen, or any kind of information? This bomb was just dropped on me and I was blocked off on everything. How do you tell someone you want to start a family with them and then just drop them on moment's notice? I'm sorry if this is depressing to others, but it hurts so much to be used and discarded away. I'm far away and I can't even do anything about it. I'm not doing okay while she is completely fine. Update. Need some advice regarding my situation. It's been 23 days since I've been broken into pieces. We were discussing having a family together. I'm working on moving on and fixing myself. I'm making some progress, and I'm glad about that. However, there is something that eats into my thoughts every day. When the app told me about it in a condescending manner, I contacted her, and she confessed she was. She then cut the call and blocked me everywhere. I tried reaching her on email, asking her when it started, but she refused to answer that question. I don't know why, but I want to know if any part of the relationship was real or was it all fake from the very start. The other problem is, even if I do attempt another communication via email, I don't know if she will give me an honest answer since she lied so much during the relationship. Even if she does give an honest answer, I don't know if I will believe her knowing she is a compulsive liar. I want to move on with my life, but this thought enters my head every day. I don't know what to do about this and would like some insight and advice on how to properly approach this conundrum. Update. How to move on after breakup. It's close to a month since it all went down. We've broken up and blocked on all social. However, it's so hard for me to get them out of my head. My head fills with thoughts of the things they must have done behind my back. How she casually continued screwing him while promising a future with me. Now, I'm sitting here in pain and depression while I'm sure they are having fun with each other. We were supposed to go on a trip in a few days, but now they will be going together. I want to move on with my life and focus on other things, but I find myself lost in thoughts about everything that has happened, why it happened, or what I could have done differently. I didn't get closure, and it's clear that I won't get any. Reaching out to her is just pointless. But I want to stop thinking about them. Could use some advice. Thanks. Redditor's reactions. Update after. Redditor 1. You don't need closure. You need a bunch of good friends and family around you and realize that you dodged a huge bullet. Just think it's like the trash took itself out of your life. Now you can move on to better things in your life. I know it sounds easy to say move on, but it's hard because we've been there. Just take your time and self-care. Most importantly, don't ever reach out to them and everything will fall into its place. Take care. Redditor follow-up. This I made the mistake of thinking I needed closure and got frustrated for 1.5 years because I didn't get it, because I figured I at least deserved that. Endless is correct. We've all been there. Keep in mind that this person is reprobate. It's not a reflection of you. They are the ones that need help. Move on by cultivating family and friend relationships. Redditor 2. Before looking for new companion, you should first find yourself so that you don't make same mistake that happened in this relationship. Redditor 3. Moving on sounds vague, but it's really simple. It's 2 steps: acceptance and focusing on you. You have to accept reality. Don't repress or deny. You might not even understand why, but you have to accept the loss. It's like going in a casino. You keep winning, but at the last game you lose it all, and when you're out you don't understand what or why it happened. You might blame the casino, and you're right, the casino, and you're right, the casino is a bad place. But the casino is a casino, and you won't change it no matter what you say. Then you need to focus on you and the future instead of wasting time on something that won't bring you anything good. Focus on stuff that will, like doing some type of sport, trying new activities, new foods, reading books, meeting new people, hanging out with friends, etc. Update. Life is playing a joke. Met an amazing girl. Fell in love. Started a relationship. Talked about starting a family. The whole shebang. This girl, she's innocent, naive, sweet, affectionate, has the voice of an angel, and amazingly emphatic. Well, it turns out she was cheating on me with another guy. So who is this guy? He's basically a duck boy she knew for a long time, even before me. After the breakup, I looked into him to see what kind of a man is better than me. And what do I find? He follows random girls. He follows only fan model. He sleeps with girls by promising to photograph them. He's a photographer and make them models. Grade A Timuel predator with not a single fiber of character in him. The cruel joke I lost to the most lowest level of poop ever possible to call himself man. And now, this sweet and innocent girl is crazy in love with this kind of man. I'm not defending her. What she did was wrong. But she did it thinking she got the best man possible, when in reality he just wants her because he's not getting anyone else. It won't be long before he cheats on her repeatedly. He's already sliding into random girl DMs. I wonder if she will leave him or forgive him and stay with him just to cling on to the illusion that she has the best guy possible. Life is playing a joke on her. Life is playing a joke on me because I lost to this. It's sad. Redditor's reactions. Update after. Redditor 1. He did you a favor. Your sweet and innocent girl is a damn liar and is not who you thought she was. Redditor follow-up. And narcissists, they are great at projecting themselves as what you want and more, but then change suddenly. Redditor 2. Sounds to me like he's done you a favor. Regardless of his ability to seduce, we all have a moral compass and know when we are doing good and bad things. Life's not playing a joke. That is life. There are bad apples out there. She will be one of these females at 30 alone and single, complaining that there are no nice guys out there. During this time, you would have found a nice girl, be married, and have little sprouts running around. Redditor follow-up. Wow. While reading, this is exactly what I was thinking. Each line. Opt this. Redditor 3. You are in full-blown denial, so you've constructed a fantasy world to navigate the painful waters of rejection. Sorry, mate. You were in love with a fantasy, not a real person. And you want to see her as making a mistake so that she can see the error and come back crawling to you. This is a great teaching moment to work on yourself and focus on discovering your self-worth. Update. How do I heal the wound? I'm slowly coming to terms to it all. However, the betrayal was strong. The pain and anger is deep that it happened to me. I know she's going on dates and having her fun in the new relationship. My therapist says she's going to repress this all because it's easier than to face it. And frankly, if she is already out on dates, then I'm pretty sure she's repressed it. Now I have this wound and I have to go through life with these new set of trust issues. I also have to accept that nothing is going to happen to her. She's going to be happen to her. She's going to be happy, and that's because life is inherently unfair. Tips on healing. I'm already in therapy for it all. Da. Redditor's reactions. Story 3 after. Redditor 1. The wound will never fully heal. Just like how after you get slashed with a knife, that slash wound will leave a scar, and that scar will always be there. The same is with betrayal. It will always be there. It's going to take time for that wound to become a scab, and that scab to slowly turn into a scar, much longer than anyone else thinks or says. You are not alone. There are many of us, millions around the world, who have gone through the same, and most of us have come out stronger and wiser. Except that the wound will never fully heal, but take it in stride, as it is now part of you to be an experience that you had to go through. You will survive, become a better person, and come out on top. The best form of revenge to a cheater is to pick yourself up, stand strong, and move toward your path in life. Everything will be well. I wish you good luck on your path to recovery. Redditor 2. Time is a great healer. Be thankful you got out of it with less damage. Imagine having a family with her. You will get over her and will end up much better in life, trust me. As for her going on dates, just block her and her friend circle out of her life. And don't make a mistake of reconciliation in case she stumbles back in her life. Redditor 3. Time is a great healer in many ways. For you, you will find someone better and more worthy of your love. Start a family. Then one day, however far away that is, you will look at their faces and thank you X for what she did to you. Literally, thank her. For her, well, she will likely bounce from one relationship to the next, getting bored and moving on or whatever. She'll get her comeuppance for her betrayal. They always do. You need do nothing but live your life well. Oh yes, and also when at some point she sends you that fateful just wanting to know how you are doing email, just remember that she is a betrayer and totally untrustworthy. Story 3. Have you run into the ex after the split? What happened? This happened to me recently. I was at a service station filling up my car, then went in to pay. Whilst I was waiting in line, I could see out of the station windows a car that looked familiar. Watched a woman who looked familiar walk into the station and join the back of the line. It was my ex. I don't think she noticed me at first until I had paid and was walking out past the line. I made an effort to look directly at her as I approached and passed to exit the doors. She definitely saw me, definitely made eye contact. Her eyes went a little wide and down away from me, and that was it. There wasn't any form of karma or catharsis I was hoping for. It was just, man, has anyone else run into their ex after the divorce split breakup? If so, what was it like? Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1. I recently ran into my ex-wife. I saw someone leaving the nail salon as I was entering the dry cleaners next door. When I exited the cleaners, a Honda Curvy slowly drove past me. The driver stared at me and seemed surprised. I didn't recognize the car. The woman had platinum blonde hair. She was wearing too much makeup and she looked like she was 40 to 50 pounds overweight. Later that night, I got a telephone call from an unknown number. It was my ex. She started the conversation by saying you could have at least waved at me. The light bulb went off and I realized who was driving the Honda. I didn't have any more F's to give, so I said that was you. Damn. Needless to say, she hung up. Redditor 2. After her affair, I tried, but deep down, I knew I couldn't do it. I had an opportunity for a promotion to the corporate office. I informed her that I would be going alone and divorce was coming. I moved, came back to finalize the divorce. 3 years passed and I'm home visiting my parents. I decided to go grab something to eat. I thought I saw her but wasn't sure. I just brushed it off as being home, stirring up memories. As I'm pulling up to my parents' house, I see her pop out of a car. I pull into the driveway, get out and say, Soup walked in the house and closed the door. About 15 minutes later, my mom says, why is X standing in my driveway? Go talk to her. No thanks. Finally, my mom does. She is out there, maybe 3 or 4 minutes, comes back in and says, wow, you are still struggling with this, huh? You are still struggling with this, huh? You are still struggling with this, huh? Nope, don't hate her, but I don't like her either. I actually feel nothing. If I'm being honest, up until that point, I thought I still cared for her, but when I seen her, there was just nothing. Redditor follow-up. The farthest emotional distance you can have from someone is not hatred, but indifference. Deacon, geek. Redditor 3. I ran into my ex at the grocery store about 6 years after divorce. I was with my wife. She made eye contact, so I wasn't alone, put her head down and moved to a different aisle. God bless my wife. She asked me if I wanted to talk to my ex. I said I had nothing to say to her, and we finished up our shopping.